Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're going to be covering changing the belts on your Humvee. It's the same on a 998. This is a 1026 gun truck, 1025. They're pretty much all the same. J code 62 diesel. So here a while back the Alternator launched the belts, and you can see that the water pump belts are still on. Now when you order these, you order a set of alternator belts and water pump belts, and I got these from I believe Eastern Surplus is where I got these from. So just kind of wanted to talk you guys through this if you ever have to do it. It's actually not that bad. It looks pretty intimidating because of that hydraulic line connected to the fan, but not that bad. So on the alternator here, you've got 3 points you have to loosen. There's one right here. Let's see, I may not can get to it with the phone, but anyway, it's right below the pulley. Okay, it's right down there. Loosen that one, and then you loosen this one and that one. And when you loosen all three of those, of course, that allows the alternator to slide so you can adjust the tension, which is important when you want your belts to function properly. So first step, of course, is to do all that. And you know, the booger on this is the fan hub, and we'll get around to that here in just a second. And then the main thing on this is the belts are a matched set. So when you order these belts, they're going to come in a bag. I don't think I've taken the tag off of this one yet. Those are the alternator belts, and this is what's called the water pump belt. And they're pretty serious about this. Match set. Do not break ties except in installation, because, and I don't know what they mean by match, but I'm going to take their word for it. Probably length or tension or something like that. So anyway, so on this side, the most intimidating looking part is that fan hub assembly. There is a hydraulic cable that runs actually through the radiator shroud and up to the actuator, and that basically turns on and off your fan when the temperature hits a certain point. I'm gonna put the phone in there so you guys can see that better. But you have to disconnect that line to take the old belts off and put the new belts on. Now expect a little hydraulic drippage. You know, just do it as quick as you can, and then get that seal back up pretty quick. So I'm gonna try if I can do this without dropping the phone. I've given you guys, there it is. There's the hub, and you see the line coming off of it. Yeah, such great engineering. But anyway, like I said, it runs through right there. And the way you do it is there's a jam nut with the lighting. You guys probably, yeah, you can see the nut there. So you loosen the jam nut, and I already have, and boom, kind of good to go. And then you, as quick as you can. Now the other belts are gone because they disintegrated. I'm going to cut those belts because, you know, if you're going to replace one set, replace all of them. It's just worth the time. So I'm going to cut those and get the new belts on. The first thing you do, of course, is you tighten that hydraulic line back up, and then it gives you plenty of time to adjust the tension on all your belts and things like that. And on these, see, I've got to loosen all the stuff down there on the water pump, then adjust the tension on it, and you see the 3 bolts there that you have to loosen to there's one there right under where the water pump, I mean the power steering pump, I keep calling it water pump, power steering pump, but the tension adjuster is down there at the bottom. You guys can probably barely see that. So yeah, get to go through all that, and then we'll be good to go. Get the old girl back on the road. The only other issue, which I've already got fixed, was got the tire jacked up now and letting it set. So that, not the valve stem, but the little valve stem adapter, you can see I've got some Loctite in it. It was leaking, and it was leaking bad. This thing wouldn't hold. I mean, it would be dead in 8 hours. I had a service truck come out yesterday and pop it back on the rim, and then I noticed it was flat again this morning. So I was getting seepage. If your tires are seeping and they won't hold air, pull that nut out and coat the threads with Loctite, and then try it, because I bet now I'm not going to have any problems. So that's pretty much it to get the old girl back on the road. Not a real big deal. These things, if you get a Humvee, if you're not a mechanic, you need to buy the TMs on these, the Dash 10s and the Dash 20s, because you're going to work on them all the time. They were made by the lowest bidder. They were mass produced. Oh God, they're a maintenance nightmare. All the grease joints, this thing's got a million grease joints on it. They break, you know, they break all the time. So they're cool vehicles, don't get me wrong, but just be prepared to work on them. You know, they're a maintenance nightmare. That's why you always see these in the motor pool with something getting done to them. So anyway, just a quick little video here. Gonna get the new belts on, be good to go. Get the old girl back on the road. Got a big celebration coming up, celebrating America's 250th birthday. And they want the gun truck under what they said was the world's largest flag. And that's about a week out. So I went ahead and started on this today to give me plenty of time to do it. If you guys watch the video and you have any questions about the Humvees, let me know. I've had this one, oh God, 15 years. This was actually the second vehicle in my military collection. The first one was my 5-ton. And then shortly after that, I got this. So I've had it. I'm pretty familiar with them. I've worked on them. You just kind of become a mechanic by default when you get one of these, but they're cool, you know. Here's a little quick tour of the inside. Got the radios there, double stack Singars, and the letting everything dry now, just pressure washed it. So I got the turret open, and that's where the gunner would stand behind old Deuce. You know, it's funny. Several years ago, I owned a military history museum, and we had a machine gun shoot, just as a fundraiser for the museum. And I put my full auto 50 cal up here, and I, had a whole bunch of machine guns that people could shoot. And the gun truck, this is exactly what you saw in Black Hawk Down, identical. People stood in line over an hour to get, stand right here, go through that turret, and fire, I think it was 25 rounds from a full auto Deuce. Stood in line over an hour, which, think about it. Unless you know somebody with heavy caliber machine guns, you're never going to get a chance to do that. I will be doing that again soon. Going to be setting up a shoot here at some point, probably fall, because nobody wants to stand under the hot sun. And although I don't have the museum anymore, I still do some weapons work for the government, and I'll get into that in another video. But yeah, I'll probably do another shoot, and when I do, I'll post it here on the channel, let you guys know. And if you're local, you can come out and crawl up in the turret and fire a few rounds from good old Deuce. So a little off topic. Sorry, the video started with the alternator work, but just giving you guys a quick tour of the inside here. And yeah, we'll get her back on the road. These things, they're just there is no comfort. I mean, it's literally, you're on metal springs. it's 2 inches of foam, and the back seat here. Oh my God, this pad's wore out. Whoever the gunner was, because this is the position the gunner sits. It's shot. It's compressed down to an inch thick. Oh my God. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just a little, like I said, little maintenance tip here on the old gun truck. If you have a Humvee, feel free to message me, because, oh my God, you're always going to be doing something. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as progress is made on everything, I will, of course, post videos. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.